Good morning, my lovelies. Guys, I can't handle it. How nice is this new kitchen? The backsplash going all the way up is so stunning. I love being in here now. We've still got some decorating to do. And today's vlog is gonna be all about improving a couple more corners in the house so that truly every nook and cranny of this home can be ready for baby girl's arrival. 36 weeks? Are we for real? We are just 3 weeks out and I still got a little bit of energy left in me. So let's make use of it today. First thing on my list today, I wanna make myself a nice coffee. And with fall right around the corner, I just picked up some new coffee flavored syrups that I'm so excited to try. So let's get into the early fall spirits, shall we? I'm back on those whole milk coffees and truly, I don't know why I ever stopped. We've got brown butter toffee, cranberry, caramel apple butter, cinnamon bun, oh that sounds good, and pumpkin pie. You know cinnamon's been a craving of mine lately, so let's try this one. That is so good. But hey babes, what is up? It's Haley and welcome back to my channel. I'm telling you, there's nothing that gets me more excited than some fall flavors. Even though here in Florida, we are still totally in peak heat right now. But you guys, welcome back to another vlog. I am so in a good mood today. I think it's because, as you guys know, I've been so much in the nesting phase lately that every single day I'm like checking things off of my list of things that I want to organize in this home. And it's crazy to say that ever since we moved in, like we've still had boxes that are unpacked. There's still corners of the house that I'm like, okay, I need to deal with this. And slowly but surely, every day my mind is becoming less cluttered because my home is becoming less cluttered. So today's video, I thought we would just keep rolling with this train of organization. And today we're actually going to be regarding an area that you guys haven't seen much of, and that is our entryway. I love this home so much and I love so many of the updates that we've done to it, but one of the things that this house never came with was like a proper entryway closet. You know, the kind of place where you come in through the door, have a place to sit your purse, have a place to sit your keys, have a place to keep your shoes. We don't have that. So for today's video, I actually wanted to tackle our entire entryway area, find a proper storage solution for our purses, for our shoes, as well as like adding some character into the space too. I have a bunch of little fun ideas that hopefully will give you guys some inspiration as well. Maybe if you have a small space to minimize clutter but maximize efficiency. And what brought this on, may you ask? Well, in my last thrifting video, you guys actually would have seen that I found this incredible vintage little shelf that has a bunch of hooks on it that I was like, oh my gosh, this would be perfect for our entryway. And I have such a good idea on how to make this functional. We got this shelf for $12.99 and I really want to incorporate it into that space along with so many little Target orders that I made as well. So with my coffee in hand, I am ready to tackle on our next little project because truly vlog after vlog with all of your amazing advice, we are truly turning this home not into just my dream space, but your dream space too. So let's go decorate our entryway together. Well, all right, big warm welcome to our entryway. As you guys know, we have a very open concept house. In what sense? Our door kind of like leads right into the middle of our home. Right off to the left, we have our only bedroom on the floor, and that is actually the girls' playroom. But then off to the right, we actually have our dining room. You guys can see where my issue is. There is literally like no closet within walking distance of our space because of the fact that our home is so open concept. So the first thing that came to mind is that as soon as I walk through the door, I want a place to be able to right away put my purse down, hang my keys, and have them be right by my door. So that is where this wall right here came to mind. Right now, it feels so empty and blank anyway. We still have to get some curtains for the window here in the dining room, but we can definitely make use of this blank wall space right here, especially because it is literally attached right to the door. What I have envisioned for right over here is possibly a bench with some baskets underneath, and the baskets would actually be perfect, especially for the girls' shoes. They have such little shoes, but they have a lot of them. So I really want to get them into the habit of like putting their shoes away as soon as they come home, because we are actually a no shoes in the house family, which I know a lot of Floridians apparently wear their shoes in their house and it's like really normal. I actually want you guys to comment down below. I know that there's some people who are so passionate about this. Are you or your family people who take off your shoes when you come home, or do you wear your shoes inside the house? Being from Canada, as a Canadian, everybody always takes off their shoes, but maybe it's also because of the fact that we have like snow and sludge most of the year. I would really love to know because I'm so curious. I know it's like a cultural thing, but comment down below. Do you guys wear your outdoor shoes in the house, or do you like put on slippers once you get home?
I wear slippers.
I know you wear slippers. Okay, let's start right on over here. And here is my vision. I have some leftover beadboard from my office project. If you guys remember, I actually went ahead and installed some beadboard myself that we painted beige, just like all of the trims inside of our house. And when I was browsing Pinterest for some ideas on what to do, I noticed that so many entryways have this exact same beadboard style with some like wooden hooks that I love so much. So the height of the beadboard I'm already happy with. The length though is a little bit too long, but your girl has some power tools now and I'm not scared to use a saw anymore. So I'm actually gonna take the measurement between my window casing and my door frame and cut the beadboard to size so that it can nuzzle right in perfectly. Hold up that. Let's see what it looks like straight on top of the beadboard.
This looks weird.
Now lift it, so then we have an option to do a trim piece and then have it sit on the trim piece, or does that still look weird? Or you know what we can do? Hold on.
See how I deal with every day.
At least you're not doing it. A finishing trim like this, and then I think that on top, like to sit on top of it, or what do you think?
Is this long enough?
In the
It's
middle.
little.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be best. Time for a little lunch break while the caulking is drying. I quickly want to make myself something to eat because the girls are actually going to be home soon, and every mom knows it's just so much easier to eat your meal before your kids are around because my kids love to steal whatever it is that's on my plate. I noticed throughout this pregnancy that sometimes I just forget to eat because I'm just always doing so much. So what I recently started doing is just like meal prepping some of the basics, like rice, some veggies, some protein. I have some salmon here too. And then it's just so much easier to have lunch every day because you could just make little bowls and put them together so easily. But guys, the beadboard in the entrance, it looks so good. I love adding it wherever I can. It's also going to be such a great place for them to put their little backpacks when they're back from school. When they come, I may even ask them to help me out with some of the painting of the beadboard. I actually already have some activities planned for them. On Mondays, they already know that we do our little IXL days. I already have my iPad charging so that I can go and do an IXL learning session with them. It's actually been 2 weeks that Aaliyah has started pre-K, and I already got in contact with her teacher, and her teacher told me that Aaliyah is actually one of the most ahead students in her class, which truly, like, obviously I was never the kind of parent to just be like, you have to be #1 in your class, but it's just so nice to hear. And without a doubt, I for sure know that the reason as to why she's excelling so much in her class is because me and her do these IXL learning sessions together. If you guys are not aware of IXL is basically an online learning program from kids ranging from pre-K all the way up until grade 12. They have fun little learning sessions that you can go and do with your kids, including all of the core subjects like math and language arts, sciences, social studies, and even Spanish too. Outside of what Aaliyah learns in pre-K, a couple times a week I sit down with her, or Erin sits down with her, and we actually go ahead and practice a lot of these core subjects together. IXL is just a very fun way for kids to learn. For example, when we started practicing counting, instead of just counting numbers, you're able to count things like shapes, animals, even foods too. And one of my favorite things about IXL is that it really adapts to your child. So with Aaliyah being a visual and auditory learner, I was actually able to set it up that she can be on the iPad on her own. I could just keep an eye on her whenever I'm doing my chores. The program itself will ask her the questions, with me just really supervising and just allowing her to be independent with it.
Which is hot?
Yeah, I did it! Mommy, I'm too smart.
You are smart. Good job.
I like strawberries. I'm gonna do letters.
Okay, sure.
Look at this lowercase letter.
If you as a parent want a really fun and interactive way to learn with your child, I'm gonna leave IXL link down below. Using the link below, you guys can actually get 25% off your first month or your first year, depending what you decide to sign up for. If you don't want to commit for a full year, then just try it out for a month, sit down with your kids, see how they like it and see how they're enjoying it. I can guarantee you're gonna see such a difference in their learning, and it's truly such a joy as a parent to be able to hear from their teachers that your kids are excelling. There's really nothing that makes me happier. But okay, you see that, you guys? Some carbs, some protein, some veggies. Gonna have a nice coconut bubbly on the side. And of course, can't forget about dessert, a cookie for later. That's not for me, that's for the baby. This is proof, by the way, you guys. The cafe corner, the little kitchen nook, I actually use it. I love sitting here. Cookie time. Ellie is home! Hi, Naomi! Aww. Wish. Wanna try also? Yours? So dip it a little bit, and then you can start painting. Oh, it's so pretty. Long and long. Yeah, good.
I can jump and then up.
Good morning, you guys. It is actually the next day. Yes, I am wearing the same outfit because, as you know, I like filming like little reels of these makeovers for my Instagram. So I wear the same outfits to keep the consistency in the video. But look at the beadboard. It looks so freaking good. I'm telling you, wherever I add this accessible beige accent color, I instantly love it a million times more. Even though I will have to say, part of me is so tempted to have like finished it, like to do the beadboard all the way to that side of the window. But right now, I am really just doing like the necessity stuff, and the necessity stuff for us is just to do the entryway. So at this point, it's time for us to add our little wrap, and I am sure you guys are gonna agree with me. The color of this wood works so beautifully with this beige. Like seeing it together now, this is stunning. The only thing I really needed to consider is where to position it, because as much as it is pretty perfect for the space, it is not the exact length of the wall. So part of me is thinking, should we do it all the way here, because eventually the curtain is gonna cover this side anyway. But then I'm like, you know what, just for now, I think I'm just gonna center it straight in the middle, just so that we can have some symmetry in the meantime. So let me find the center point and we'll get this installed. 44.75 divided by 2. And on, I should have it right on top of the beadboard, right? I feel like that looks weird.
I feel like above wouldn't look weird. Kind of like that, yeah.
That height is good though, because in that way it's like
Yeah.
on both sides, right? Hubby has some responsibilities.
So, yeah.
I tile a full backsplash, but look out, screws. He's here for it.
Exactly. Wait, if I was the one doing all of it, then it wouldn't be Haley's corner.
But yeah, guys, it's up and it looks so good. Let's move on to the bench area, and then we'll get to decorating this entire section later. Now it's time to tackle onto our next little storage solution, and that is creating a little nook right over here for our shoes, both for a place to store shoes away and also a place to sit and actually put them on. And that calls for some new furniture. I actually got this delivery from Target. Honestly, the Threshold brand at Target is so my vibe, especially because lately they're doing so much dark wood items. And as you guys saw, when it comes to my dining table, now we have more dark walnut accents, including the new chairs that I got recently. So I ended up finding a bench that I think will be perfect. Let's get it unboxed and built, and then I will show you the little baskets that I got to match. Okay guys, the bench is done. I do have to say it's a little bit different than I would have thought, because number one, the cushion on this is more gray than it is beige, and you guys already know I'm not the biggest fan of gray. On top of that, the wood Also has like a slight reddish tint, and I always prefer my wood to be a little bit more like brown or cool tone. I really want to see what it looks like with the storage baskets that I got. Let's just see if this whole basket shoe concept will work in general. These baskets are gorgeous. These are already assembled. You can literally just pop them like this. But if you take a look at the color tones, do you see how this is more of like a true brown and this has a little bit of that like reddish tint? Either way, the baskets don't really match, so I may have to exchange the bench to a different one. But these baskets I love and I'm gonna keep for sure, and they're huge, really good for shoe storage. So this right over here was kind of my vision for it, but again, the lack of matchy-matchy from the wood to the baskets is like really bothering me. I don't know, part of me is like pulling me to the thrift store and thinking maybe I'm gonna find myself a bench today. Maybe we'll stop by a Target and see if there's another option. I don't know. But guys, we've been home the last 2 days. How about we do a little outing? So I actually stopped by a Ross, which honestly, Ross is so underrated. It's basically like Marshall's, TJ Maxx, but really affordable. So they do actually have a ton of benches here, but the issue is that most of them are the kind of benches that are like storage benches that you can open. I do have to say, I love this green corduroy one. I think it is so beautiful, but I don't love the idea of like having to store shoes in here because I feel like that would smell over time. I don't know though, it is really pretty though. And a touch of green would have been so nice for the fall. But right next to it, I actually see this little stool, which I love. It has the dark wooden legs, and I actually think putting this right in the entryway area can also be really nice to also have an option to sit and like put on shoes over there. It's only $34 too, and it looks so expensive because of this nice pebbled leather. So I think I'll pick up this one for sure. And then honestly, very tempted about this bench as well. But even the legs, they're like a light wood. They're not really gonna match. So I think I'm gonna leave that one behind. So we are officially back home, and let me say, no trip is ever wasted, because as much as I went ahead and looked at the thrift store and like multiple different places for a bench, I could not find the exact one that I envisioned. So I'm either gonna keep my eye out while I thrift, or maybe I'll just try to find something online. You see this? This does not match with the house at all. We've had it literally since we moved in. So it's been over a year at this point, and let's just say that was not the original color. I definitely thought it was time for an upgrade. So I have two different options, and this is where my dilemma is. This first one is actually my favorite. I absolutely love the colors and the patterns. I feel like it will look so nice in the entryway. The only issue is that it's light, and being that it's an entryway rug, like I don't know how long this can stay clean, even though part of me is like, if all of it kind of gets dirty, then it may look like the whole rug is just meant to be darker. You know what I mean? And then we've got this second option. It has a lot more texture and a lot more like darker patterns as well. I feel like this one may be the safer bet. It's an overall darker rug, so even if it gets dirty over time, it's not going to be super noticeable. Plus, I think the brown tones in this do actually complement the brown tones in this one. But there's nothing like trying things out, so I'm going to lay them both down and then we'll make a final decision. Oh, you guys, I love it. It is so pretty. I mean, the colors honestly just match like the beadboard so well. And it complements our dining room rug that's really close to it too. Even though it's like not too matchy-matchy, the colors do mesh really well together. And this pattern, I just love so much. As much as I love it though, I do feel like it is too light and it's gonna get dirty so quickly. But then again, it's washable. So I don't know. Let me go ahead and try the second one and let's see if there's a clear winner between the two. Okay, and here is the second one all set down compared to the other rug. You can obviously see it does have the darker tones. I feel like on one hand, this does bring out some of the brown tones in that, especially once we add our decor. So I do like it for that reason. Plus it's also darker, so I don't think like footprints and stuff will show here. They're just very different styles. This one I would say is more of like a vintage style rug, while the other one is more of like a cottagecore style rug. I would love it if you guys can comment down below. I want you to let me know which of the two rugs you think that I should keep and which one I should return. But before you go ahead and make your decision, and let me actually finish decorating up this area, and then once you see all the decor together, you can help me make a decision on the rug. So speaking of decorating this entire shelf, the first thing I'm gonna do is such a minor detail, but it makes the biggest difference. As you can tell, we obviously have our little nailed in hardware, but it is silver and it's throwing me off so much. So I'm actually gonna go in with a little bit of rub and buff and give those screws a nice metallic finish so that they can blend in a bit better. Okay, see, now those screws just blended so much better, you barely even notice them. But of course, before we get to decorating the shelf, the practicality aspect that I wanted is to be able to hang my purse as soon as I come into the house. This is just my everyday straw bag, so I'll put that there. And now I'm gonna add in all of my thrifted touches, everything that I've thrifted over the last couple of weeks that I think would look really good here. The first one being this straw basket that I love. It is actually meant to hang. Baskets like this you could use so many different ways. Hang it up on a wall, put some flowers inside. What I'm actually thinking this would be great as like a catch-all for our mail. Sometimes you don't want to deal with mail as soon as you enter your home, but your hands are always filled with them. So just imagine as soon as I come in, put my purse down and put my letters right in here to be dealt with later. This basket I think is perfect for that. Okay, next, to fill up the top area, I got a lot of inspiration from this photo right over here. I think adding a piece of artwork, like this is a really good opportunity to do so. So here's like one of my favorite frames that I thrifted, like genuinely. This is so beautiful. It's actually an oil painting and I've been saving this for fall because I feel like it gives the house such a fall vibe. And a little hack, this actually had a very like yellow frame and I went in with like different tones of rub and buff and I actually gave it this metallic finish. If you guys do want a tutorial on like how I do that to some frames and make them look more vintage, comment down below. But I think this one would be perfect. I'm just debating on whether I should hang it or just lean it. I think leaning it offset like this looks really pretty. Yes, I love that. And then as you guys can see, I am like a decoration hoarder when it comes to thrift items, but I went through all of my thrifted pieces and tried to find some items that I think would look good. I feel like adding a gold candlestick here, just like in the inspo photo, would be really nice next to the paintings. So let me do that. I always love thrifting random little trinkets, and this is just a stone glass. I really love all the brown tones in it. I actually think this will be really nice to add as maybe like a ring dish because whenever I leave the house, I like having jewelry on and rings. So even keeping this on the shelf filled with some jewelry, you know, some earrings if I forgot to put some on, some rings, that would be so cute and also practical. And then the only thing I think is missing is some florals. I love using canisters like this instead of vases because I feel like it gives such a cottagecore vibe. I have a couple different options, but I think this dark brown one would look better. The only thing is I need to get myself some dried flowers for fall because I do have some artificial stems just like this, but I feel like they look too artificial. If you're somebody who has a hard time keeping real plants alive, then dried stems are perfect because they're real flowers that have just been dried out. But in the meantime, adding some of this artificial baby's breath should work, but I will definitely be getting myself some dried baby's breath instead, just so it can look a little bit more realistic. But right over there, it's such a cute little corner. Okay, I am loving how this is looking. And I'm telling you, I was like debating back and forth on whether I wanted to add a console table here, but truly I want to keep this area as clear as possible. But I do think that the bottom over here needed a little bit of something, which is where I found this stool that I thought would be perfect. I didn't take off the tag yet because I want to see how it's looking here, but it does give a very much that vintage vibe to match all of our thrifted decor. And yes, I think it's perfect. Oh my gosh. I love it. I love it. It's so crazy how excited a person can get over like 2 feet of space. But honestly, even this could work as like a place to put on our shoes before we leave, right? Oh my gosh, it looks so good. I think I am happy with that so far. Let me know if you guys think I should hang this painting or like leave it leaning on the shelf. And now that this area is decorated, let me switch between the 2 rugs so you guys can help me with deciding which of the 2 we should keep. So here we've got option number 1, and then here we got option number 2. So comment down below which of these 2 rug options you think is better. Should we go for the darker vintage rug or should we go for the lighter cottagecore style rug? You guys, how crazy is it that we did this project within like 1 or 2 days? Seriously, such small, simple details that will help us keep so organized, and it'll just help make the experience as soon as we enter the house so much more functional and enjoyable, because I'm sure I'm not the only one that whenever your home is a mess, your mind is a mess. That being said, I did definitely create a little mess doing this entire project, so I'm gonna go ahead and tidy that up. And I really think the thing that I'm happiest about is that the majority of these items are all thrifted finds. Like this entire idea was inspired just by this one $12 thrift piece that we got, and being able to pull in all this other decor together. This truly looks like this would be on display at Target. Am I wrong? But like put together of actual vintage items. Pat on the back for us. But comment down below what you guys are thinking, whatever advice you have for me. Like, do we hang up the painting or leave it? Which of the 2 rugs should we do? Do you have any other suggestions for me when it comes down to the bench? Because right now I don't like it at all. I'm for sure gonna be returning it and trying to find something else house, either thrifted or possibly online. If you do have any other like shoe storage ideas for me in that area specifically, then comment it down below. And really, if you guys are watching up to this point, you know that you're the real MVPs. I love the ones that stick around all the way till the end. You are our favorite kind of people. If you are watching up to this point, then comment down below cutie corner, because I really feel like this is such a cutie corner. It turned out so cute and practical, and hopefully it inspired you guys also to make your entryway one that is pretty and functional with really minimal effort. With all that being said, this is only a tiny corner of the house that is now organized. We still have so much more to go, so stay tuned for future vlogs where we come together and think of more organization ideas to help get this house ready and nested before baby girl's arrival. With all that, I love you all forever and always. Thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you in my next one.